Good morning. Just to again explain, there's a method to this. If you were not interested in this, you'd have been long gone, right? What's this? This is stupid. What's this guy doing? What's this shuffling? What's this? Okay, you'd have been gone. The reason I do this is because of cadence and you and me. Our day starts better when we prepare for the day. It's not like jumping out of the blocks at a sprint. And people say, well, my life is exactly like that. Okay, I understand that, but what do you see the runners doing before? Well, they're stretching, they're concentrating, they're visualizing, then they go. I mean, how would the sprinters run if they just, okay, go, right? They prepare for their event. We prepare for our day. And I do this every day as a way to prepare myself. And a fair number of you are kind enough to get back to me and say that this that we're doing together also helps you prepare for your day. So, I'll get done talking here in a few minutes, and then you'll sit around and hear what I'm saying and think about it a little bit and maybe write some of it down as you integrate some of the things I say into your day. And maybe you don't have to agree with it, but it's a thought starter, and it's a way to align yourself with the purpose in your day. So I talked about love and sacrifice in an interesting loop in one of my past, coffee in the shops, as I call them. I said the more you love somebody, the more you're willing to sacrifice, and the more you sacrifice, the more you find yourself loving that person. And I'm doing America's Story, and I'm finding that the people who love America are the ones who have sacrificed for it. And it's veterans and it's first-generation Americans. And I talked to a woman just yesterday, and she said, oh yeah, I'm working in immigrant service where we bring people in from other countries. And why do they do it? The immigrants almost invariably say, I'm doing it for my children. Interesting. They come here to this country, different language, different culture, starting all over again, bottom rung, minimum wage, grinding for the possibility of a better life for their children. Nothing's guaranteed, but we do find that when people come to this country, boom, they are on a trajectory that takes them far beyond where they would have been in their old country or system. Our system has tools in it that allow us to proceed much better than in other countries or governments. We know this to be true. Democracies just work better for the people in the country, and there's a lot of places in the world that are not democracies, and so they come here because they intuitively understand with sacrifice future generations will have a better shot. Anyway, I said that, and a friend of mine, Joel Lumen, said that was interesting. Could I think of examples of my parents and their sacrifice for me? Well, I was just checking earlier to see if I have these. All right, let me see here. People look in the shop and they say, what exactly do you do in here? Well, I make things, but I also think and ponder. It's like a big museum and thought experiment at the same time. Well, these are my parents. They've passed on now. This has taken about 5 years before they passed. And this is the picture when they were just starting out. That's me in the stroller there. Oh, I guess it's a rocking chair. Oh my. I sure did. My dad, engineer, analytical, right way, wrong way, probably in some form of some spectrum there. Temper, discipline, hard worker. He did not really understand kids. And so he would get very angry, but he never touched any of us. I mean, I think he kicked me in the butt once when I was a teenager. I can't say I blame him. So he had these boundaries he was constantly struggling against. What he wanted to do, but what he knew he needed to do. So he reined himself in. He also worked at a job that he didn't like. He worked in a contractor for the Defense Department. He worked at a place called Honeywell, which was corporate America mixed with the defense, mixed with, what? It was just, he worked in a desk like this, in a sea of desks, doing quality engineer work, which meant he inspected parts for things, and it was hard. He had a migraine headache every Monday night because he just was not what he was, but he sacrificed. My mother, who was brilliant, I mean, to tell you, she could have easily been at one of those, big places running a science food kitchen. She was a scientist. She loved to cook. She was brilliant. She would have been in one of those labs where people are making new kinds of foods. She might have been a professor teaching this kind of stuff. She was brilliant. What she was instead was a mother to 3 children on a small farm in the middle of the country. I heard her say once, I was a boy, and she said to somebody, "It gets so lonely." My mom is lonely? Yeah. I try to keep these to a time limit. But Joel's question is a good one. When you sit down and just write the things that your parents did to sacrifice for you, I think 2 things will happen. You'll understand that maybe as flawed as they were, that they loved you to the best of their ability, and maybe as flawed as you are, you can return that. Anyway, my friend, carry on. You have some sacrifices to do today. That means that's another code word for you're going to love today. There's another video right there. I should let you go. I'm Jeff Gould. God bless.